Every point well said by Shannon Sharpe, a Pro Football Hall of Famer. Hope you're listening, Ja Morant. Now it's my turn. Shannon, let me start with this. Let me just get this off my chest, get it out of my craw, because the first point I would like to make about the IG Live that I about fell off my couch when I first saw on whatever it was, Saturday morning. You can call me a stick in the mud, a grumpy old man, but this is what first hit me. What exactly was Ja Morant celebrating at 5:20 in the morning? They had just played in Denver what I would call a measuring stick game that I was very excited to see. I thought maybe Denver would show, Memphis would show me a little something on the road. They haven't. They were 12-18 on the road going into that game. They did show me something in the first half, Shannon. They were up 8 at halftime. They got blown off the floor in the second half by 63-39. And I'm looking at Ja's stats in the second half. He went 2 out of 10 in the second half. Interesting. So he's the floor general. He's the quarterback. He's the point guard. And he had to take some culpability, some responsibility for getting blown off the floor at Denver in the second half. Was he clinging to his stats for the game? Because overall, they look pretty decent. He led his team in scoring with 27 and in assists with 10. But again, 2 for 10 in the second half. And I'm thinking, what exactly are you so happy about? What exactly? It looked like they just won it all in the celebration that I saw. And I've had people tell me, oh, it's just the kids today. They don't really care that much about winning. James Harden sort of set the tone for this generation. He could lose game 7 of the finals and he'd be at the club. And it might not be that kind of club. It might be that kind of club that James would be at right after the game, because it doesn't seem to bother him one way or the other. Maybe all that's true. But now I get back to Ja. And obviously, Shannon, you and I have talked repeatedly on this show about incident after incident after incident. Washington Post reported last summer he's having a pickup game at his house with a 17-year-old star in Houston, and they get into it, and one thing leads to another. And according to the police, the kid got roughed up, and Ja popped him several times and in the face, and then went in the house and got his gun, stuck it in his belt, and was sort of brandishing his gun, if you will, or showing his gun to the kid. You don't want any of this. Then there was an incident at the mall with the head of security out in the parking lot, an incident that head of security took so seriously that he filed a police report against Ja and his friends. And then we had the incident after the Indiana Pacers game in Memphis, as you well know. They got into it during the game. One of Ja's best friends, I think it's his best friend, got ejected and then banned from the arena. And yet after the game in the parking lot, as the Pacers walked to their bus out on the loading dock, several reported that they had red dots trained on them from a car in which Ja was sitting. I don't know if Ja was responsible for the red dots, but the Indiana security people said those are the products of guns, that they're training, obviously, lasers on us. Okay, so we got one thing after another leading to this. And you want to talk about brazen, in light of all that had just gone on. Wait a second, you choose to go on IG Live? It's not like it was just somebody's cell video, some hanger-on or some bystander who posted some video. No, you posted the video. And I guess the best start to all this is that he did delete his IG and Twitter accounts. Now, those could be reinstated at some point. So to your point, did I like the apology? Well, sure, I like the apology, but as we always talk about, Shannon, are you sure he wrote the apology? I don't know. It sounds great. I take full responsibility. I let everyone down, my family, Memphis, the organization. And then he said, I'm going to take some time away to get help. And I know his coach last night, when he addressed the media about it, talked about what a difficult process is going to be, that it's going to be an ongoing healing process. He does need some help, and this is a growth opportunity. So, Shannon, I ask you, and I don't know because they pressed the head coach last night about this. Yeah, about what exactly help does he need, and he would not go into any detail. Is he having some issue with alcohol or drugs? I don't know. It raises the question there of what exactly are your issues going forward? I don't know if you have any thought about that. Do you think he needs just some psychological help? Does he need some counseling? Or does he have some issue that he needs to address?